Good afternoon. I hope you've all had a great Christmas and not ate too much turkey and got pissed and fell over. Right, this video is about the most hated, well, I hate them, the Eberspacher Airtronic. They are so temperamental, all you've got to do is sneeze in the wrong place and that's the end of them. I mean, this one is dead, it's been dead for a long time. I can't even bother to fix it. But what I'll do is I'll show you what's inside, which isn't a lot because most of it's been removed because it was crap. Right, these are the Eberspacher 2.2 kilowatt heat output diesel air heater. That's all the bump you need to know. Blah de blah. Right, what you've got here is fuel, goes in there, air gets sucked into that one, gets burnt inside there, and then the exhaust comes out there, and that's the pump for it. These things are ridiculously expensive. I don't know why. That's why I haven't thrown it away. Somebody might want one at some point. Anyway, let's take it to pieces because that's what it's about. Right, these just clip off. On the top there's these clips here, and then that reveals eventually. I could do with a camera stand, couldn't I? Ah well, maybe one day. If I can ever get that fucking thing apart. Force. Always works, bit of brute force. That comes off and reveals nonsense. Right, what you've got here is, as you can see, the computer unit of this one should be over the top of this motor, but that's what blew on it. It packed up, and the price that they cost to replace that, it's extortionate. I mean, considering you can get a cheapo Chinese copy of these, a fake one, for probably 80 to 90 quid, which does the job just as well. They're a little bit noisier, the motors aren't the best, but you get what you pay for, I suppose. But there, anyway, that's the fan. That blows the air through this casing over this aluminium casting here, and it comes out as hot air that end. But also what that does, inside there's another fan connected to the shaft which runs through, which sucks the air in and blows it into the combustion chamber, which is in there. Well, let's take this out of here. This could be another fail. Oh dear. Hang on, give me a few seconds to get this out of here. Right, that's that out of that case in there. All that is just your plastic housing. And then what you've got is all this. This is all the heat exchanger. The air flows over this, gets hot. That's what the fins are, the heat dissipation, and it gets blown out. So you've got here, that's the wire which goes to the computer unit, which like I say is no longer there, which is connected to the glow plug, which is there. That just screws in. Them hardly ever fail. They're pretty robust. So if you buy one of these and somebody says, oh, the heater plug's gone, change that and it'll be perfectly okay. No, it probably won't. It's going to be this computer unit here, which is just junk. Chuck it away. That wire there is the power for the fan. Power that. And yeah, right, let's now take apart the rest of it, if I can, with one hand, which I probably won't be able to, but there you go, I hope. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, one screw loose, with my fingers in the way. Excellent. I really have got to invest in a stand. Maybe somebody wants to go onto my Patreon and donate a few quid. I could make these videos a lot better. But I mean, you got to subscribe first, and hardly anybody's doing that for some reason. I don't know what's what I'm doing wrong, I've got a good idea. I'm just being completely bloody caggy-handed with everything. Fucking, screw it, you know how it goes. I'm doing this to show people things, not to bloody well make a fortune. Although that would be nice to have a few quid to buy a camera lens. Right, now then, these screws, it's 4 of these. These are usually really, really tight, but I've had these apart, as you can imagine, due to the fact that it's dead. And I just wanted to have a look inside it. Right, come on. Yeah, I mean, I don't like these heaters, so if they weren't quite so temperamental, they would be good. But I say, you sneeze in the wrong place and they pack up. I mean, at the moment, I've got one of these cheap Chinese heaters that's everybody's raving about on order. It should be here at some point soon. Mr. McCluskey, is it Dave McCluskey's channel? He's got hundreds of videos on them things. Right, that's that. So what you've got is that fan I was on about, which is connected through the shaft on that motor. So that's the fan that sucks the air in for the combustion chamber. That's all that is. It's just a motor with a fan on each end which sucks the air in and blows it in. Then you've got this here, which is under there, is the combustion chamber. So there again is the glow plug wire, and the glow plug screws into that there. And then under there you've got the burner assembly. As the air comes in, it goes in through them holes there and into the actual combustion chamber. That ignites fuel. There's the fuel pod, comes in there, runs along there, goes through there, and then in to just by the glow plug. There's a gauze in there, like with a catalyst on it, which helps to ignite the fuel when the glow plug's hot. But once the glow plug's ignited the fuel and the heater's hot, the glow plug will go out, and then they don't consume hardly any power whatsoever. So that's all good. It's just the initial startup. That glow plug takes about 15 to 20 amps for about 5 minutes, maybe longer, maybe shorter. Never really timed it, but that's the way it works. And that's that. Right, these screws, I don't think I've had these out, so I may pause this to get these out, because they're going to be massively tight. They always are. Over the years of use, they just become rock solid. What size is that? That's a Torx bit. It is first one out the box. That is a T. I can't read that. Can you see that? No, focus. Oh, it's fucking cameras. That is a T something or other. Oh, we'll have a look, long as a bat. T25, that's a T25 Torx bit. Let's see how tight these are going to be. I bet you these are going to be massively tight. They usually always are. Right, yeah, again, I'm going to pause while I get these screws out. You don't want to see me undoing screws. It's as boring as fucking watching paint dry. Back in a minute. Right, well, after much swearing, shouting and breaking of tools, I've managed to get them out. They are an absolute beastard. But anyway, right, what you got now is the combustion chamber. That's the glow plug I was on about earlier. It's, I say, these never hardly ever go wrong. I mean, this one is a cheap Chinese copy. I think it was about 15, 17 quid, but the new ones from Eberspacher are about 90 quid. Why? I have no idea for what they are, but there you go. It's like everything with these heaters, it's ridiculous the price that they charge for them. It's yeah, that's the way it goes, I'm afraid. Right, there you go. That is the combustion chamber where all the gubbins goes on. You can see in there the flame stays at the bottom, and it blows, the air blows through these holes, blows it along this tube here, and then that blows it into that there, which is the that's the heat exchanger part. You see there's fins in there as well as on the outside to get the maximum heat travel through the casting. And also, if ever you've got one of these, take it apart. This gasket here always breaks. It's the heat gets to them, dries them out. You try and take it apart to clean it, and you are going to have to buy a new gasket. There's no way around that. But there you go. Anyway, that's all really that's in them. So there's not a lot to them for what they charge for. I think they're about 1,500 quid now from Eberspacher. It's bloody ridiculous, like I say, especially when you can get a Chinese one for about 80 or 90 quid. I don't know what the quality is of them. I don't know how long they last. I don't know. I've ordered one. It's coming, should be here tomorrow, so we'll see. But these, I say, everything for these would be brilliant. They'd be brilliant heaters if it wasn't for that bloody ECU. I mean, I have had numerous ones of these. Mates of mine have fitted them in vans. They've had problems, they've had low voltages, or they've had something else happen, and then the ECU decides, I'm not going to play anymore. Bang, end of it. And a new ECU is going to cost you an absolute arm and a leg. So there you go, that's it, that's all it is. That's the fuel pipe there. Fuel comes in, runs along, goes into there where the glow plug sits. So there's a little gauze, you can't see, but it's right inside. You have to get a screwdriver or something to force that out, because when you buy the service kit, the gaskets, you will get the gauze, the gaskets, and a few other little bits just to service it, or if you want to clean it up. But yeah, this one's dead. It ain't going to get cleaned. It's going to end up in the bin, or it'll just sit in the cupboard for the rest of time doing nothing. But there you go. Okay, anyway, that's what's inside a Eberspacher Airtronic D2 air heater. Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, it would help me out immensely. I need a few subscribers. I mean, I ain't been doing this channel for long, but it just helps. So anyway, thanks a lot. I'll catch you all when the next video comes around. Bye bye. Have a good new year anyway, by the way. Ta-da.